Yo, what's going on?
Nothing.
Is that going to get our shit?
I've been told, apparently, you're late, and we're waiting.
Oh, wow. We have
And
an audience.
I have an audience who just heckled me from 100 feet away.
About fucking time. That's what you need.
Yeah, this is not good. Anyway, I've had too many of these today.
Oh, yeah. What is
Good.
that? I got a little of this.
They're like playing a drinking game over there. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah? What's the rules?
I don't know. All I can tell you is I'm likely to get in trouble. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cheers to that.
Well, yes. Cheers to that. Hear, hear.
Yeah, this is a lovely Drew Bledsoe wine, apparently.
Drew Bledsoe, the famous
the
Patriots quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The one who got replaced by Tom Brady while he pipped.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. And apparently I'm being told that someone makes the rules.
Oh, she does. Oh, she does.
Let's just
we already know.
Let's just ignore that for the rest of the show. How about that?
Well, you know. Well, here we go. We're waiting.
'Tis the season. So Mangler, you were in New York.
Yeah.
You just got back to Florida. But
yes.
You're probably back on
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah. And I was in Seattle.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the lovely suburb of Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
Yeah.
Fucking Harvard Square.
That's rough. That's really rough.
How about these apples? No.
I don't know.
Good Will Hunting impression.
Say, but that's fine.
Watch Good Will Hunting. That's what that's from.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a famous line. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Two up and coming people, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not up and coming anymore. They're done.
Well, back in the day.
Yeah, something like that.
Kevin Smith, you know who Kevin Smith is, right?
Yes, from New Jersey.
Mallrats Chasing Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was in Chasing Amy, Ben Affleck always wanted to change the script and do his own fucking thing. And Kevin Smith was like, no, motherfucker, I wrote it. It's going to be this way. He goes, if you want to change the script, go write your own fucking movie. And he did. And he won an Academy Award.
Well, there you go. That happens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Time for a diaper change.
Yeah. There's an 11-week-old child here.
11-week-old? Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds How many have you had?
A lot.
When did this start?
Let's just say soon enough. Maybe, roughly 4:00.
Okay. Eastern time?
By 4:00, I mean 2:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
I do want to talk about something real quick. I have a great Amazon find. This is actually I got it from Sal Amato.
Oh yeah? Is it a soldering iron?
No. So it is the mini wireless personal blower.
A blower, huh?
Yeah, personal blower. So here it is.
Can it make the hair on your head move?
I'm sure it can. It's pretty powerful. 150,000 RPM.
Can you put your finger in it or something else?
No, so it has a little attachment. Comes in a nice little box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's got a brush. Mm-hmm. A bag.
I can't bag. It's gonna be great.
And gotta turn it on. It's got 3 power levels.
Yeah, 3 speeds.
Yeah. We don't care about the slower ones. We just want the fast one.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Jet engine. Maury's wigs never come off.
Oh. Apparently,
Maury's wigs, you can wear them anywhere.
Apparently you have a fan.
Yeah, I do. See? It's like Goodfellas. Maury's wig. You know that reference? Do you even know that? Mm-hmm. That was a fucking great reference. From one of the greatest movies of all time. And you didn't even acknowledge it. Shame on you. But anyway, This is on Black Friday sale right now. So if you go to the link on our Track Rats page, you'll support the channel and you'll pick you up a nice little personal blower. USB charging.
Yeah.
Plug it in. Runs all day. So you probably only have to charge it once. And yeah, it's even got it's got this attachment, which I don't know what the fuck you use that for, but it's got it. And then you got an extender, which I felt didn't really do that well. The big black extender didn't really quite do it.
That's not big and black. That's skinny and black.
Well, whatever. It's long, and so a little short nubby guy gets the job done, and So anyway, check it out. It's on the Track Rats page. There's a link. Support the channel. Support your boys. Buy yours today, and then if you want to continue buying on Black Friday, feel free because we'll get a cut of that too. So
yeah. I might buy a wine fridge. I'll make sure to do it via a Track Rats link.
I have one. Really nice. Yeah. How many bottles does it hold? The fridge, the wine fridge. 48.
I need like 200.
You need 200? Oh shit! Where are you gonna put this thing?
In the garage. It's gonna be great.
Well, you don't put a car in there, so yeah, you probably have the room.
No, there's one car in there, right down the middle.
Oh, that's straight. Yeah. The 32 is outside. Yeah, so there's two actually. There's a 38 and 42. All right. Doing very well. We have 2 wine fridges.
So
anyway, I was up in New York.
How'd that go?
Good and bad. This is where the show gets really boring, and this is where your family's going to be like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" But anyway, it was good and bad. I got some radio tips from Donnie, and it really kind of mellowed out the car. It was really drivable. I ran 2 cars, and I kind of just cycled through them. So I'd run one car, and then run the next car, and run the next car. And the main thing I was trying to do is just run 8 minutes and not hit anything, right? And try to, actually have a decent pace and just try to stay consistent and just have a natural fall off. And
how'd that go?
Pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a couple ejections, but those are going to happen. So anyway, I was kind of working through that, and I did that pretty much all day Friday, and that kind of getting used to the radio and playing around with the settings a little bit more. And then on Saturday, it was kind of more of the same. I had one car that was a little faster than the other. And then but the car that was slower only had 4-degree caster blocks. I didn't have any 5s. And so I just stuck with 4s. And anyway, so at the end of the day, I was like, all right, well, this one car is faster. I'm just going to not mess with it. I'm just going to try to make the other car fast. And so then I really started diving into the setup and trying things, and never really quite got it fast. It was always it just wasn't quite there, and drove well.
What did you tried on it?
Different springs. I wish I had 5-degree caster posts, but somebody doesn't have them in stock. Different springs. Tried some different, a little bit of camber change. Tried a little bit of back travel. Droop, yeah. And nothing really kind of seemed to work. I probably could have added more front droop. I think that one I didn't try. Now that I think about it, I probably should. Another thing I tried was I played with the spacing, the angle, and the tie rods. Oh, getting a refill.
Yep.
They
saw the podcast was suffering. They knew I needed some help. So, yeah.
It's like you're like one of those military jets in fuel flight.
Yeah, it was great.
In flight, you're refueling.
Yeah. It was very erotic.
They gave you kind of a shitty pour.
It's good. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're pouring from a Magnum. That's half the problem.
A Magnum. That's 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Do you know what is it? 5?
No, it was like
20. Do you know what 20 bottles of wine is called?
It's called 100 pounds.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
I don't fucking remember either. Shit.
It's 100 pounds.
Anyway, but they make it.
Oh, I know. I get it. It's 100 pounds. It's very big. So one of the
my
questions,
research staff will come up with the answer here.
Yeah, Google will answer it. So some of the questions were, what were the changes on the radio?
Some of them had to do with the steering speed.
Okay.
And
So you were trying to make it faster or slower?
Slower, because I suck.
I run
so
slow.
I've also determined that I kind of have a unique and shit driving style for when it comes to 13.5. And we've talked. Why you laugh, motherfucker? I beat you. Like, don't be like judging. Oh, so is it 20?
Yeah.
So do you want to know what 20 bottles of wine?
Throw it at me.
It's called a Nebuchadnezzar. Don't know why, but it is. So yeah, when you buy
you should go to the doctor for.
Yeah, so you have a Magnum, that's 2 bottles. When you buy a Nebuchadnezzar, that's 20. So when you guys are rocking any Nebuchadnezzars over there?
I think we are. Like the guy who just refilled my bottle just typed that in. So
yes, there you go. There you go.
Also known as 100 pounds.
Dropping knowledge on this podcast.
Yeah. Let's get back to the radio. So you tried making it slower.
I did. And then
Donnie's big trick is by putting a ton of expo in it.
I put a little more expo in it than what I normally would run.
And what's a little bit more? You went from 10 to 20?
I went from 20 to 25.
Oh.
So, and one of the things too, I played with arm sweep on the links. I tried the A and the B servo saver.
Uh-huh.
I found the B was better. The A just wasn't working. I've actually picked up a little bit of speed with the B versus the A.
So what does that mean though? Because like I'm let's just think about it. Like pretend the top of my head is the front of the car.
So we got the car right here.
Are you talking straight or are we talking like this?
Yeah, this is straight.
Yep.
And then before it had more sweep, which I don't have anything with more sweep.
Okay, that's fine.
But there would be more pitch on the tie rods.
It'd be more like this.
Yes.
Okay. And
so I played with
which one did you like?
This way.
Straight.
Yeah, so the B with 3 millimeters, so it's pretty straight.
And so what that is so that's your A12, and you have a Sanwa servo in there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Conversely, you could run an A12 with an MKS servo and use the XR006, which they refer to as the A servo saver attachment for the Huddy thing. And if you put no shim, that one makes it straight. Okay. And so I tested between straight, which is no shim on the MKS.
Yeah.
I tested with 225 of shim, which would throw it forward like that.
Yeah.
So the funny thing I found was my hot lap was better on the pitched forward.
Yeah.
But my top 15 was better on the straight.
Right.
And it's hard to say if that's real or not. I don't know, because like the track kept on evolving.
Right.
And because one of the last battery I ran was with my faster car, and I ran what I thought was one of my slowest motors, and it went pretty fast. So,
okay.
You know, I basically spent time this weekend running 2 different cars. One has softer springs overall, one has harder springs overall. The softer spring car feels great, but it's just a tick slower than the harder spring car. And so I was shocked at how good the harder spring car was, frankly. And then I just I ran 3 hobby wings, and I ran 3 X Factors through that car.
Yeah.
Trying a variation of just because they're all set up slightly different, but I ran basically the same pinion spur combo and I was on reruns.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand, like, how did this feel? How did that feel? In 4 minutes, how hot did it get? And that was it. I ran 3 sets of new tires that day, and I was like, I don't need to run 9 sets of new tires. I'm okay. Let's just run half packs and on old batteries and just try to understand what different things we're doing. So, but
yeah, I was doing 8, 9, sometimes 10-minute runs, and just trying to burn laps. And so on Sunday morning, I made the change on the servo saver to the B, back to the B,
just straight.
And and I did that, and I think I want to say I made a side spring change, and that was the fastest the car went. And that was like first thing in the morning. And it proceeded to slow up kind of throughout the day. I think the bite just started building in the track and the car got locked in. In the main, I went and put harder side springs on and softer. Oh, no, I remember what I did. So Sunday morning, I put harder front springs on and did the change. And then it was the best it's been. And then as the day progressed, it kind of just got pushier and pushier. And I had to go and I went harder on the sides and went back softer on the front. And it got better. Still wasn't where it needed to be. But I think some of it was the 4-degree blocks or caster block or caster studs. And but the rest of it was just kind of I have a unique driving style that I need to figure out a setup that works for me and not and it's going to be kind of challenging. But
the style is the style just referred to as savage? Is that the style?
No, I mean, so if you like, so I come from an oval background, right, where we just run oval, or I just ran oval for years, and the thing was you just made the car go in as hard as you can and just hope it holds and turns and comes back out. And it's just, you're just going at the corner as hard as you can. So I kind of still have that philosophy with 12 scale. The on-road adage that G told me one time of slow in, fast out, I'm not very good at that. Like, I don't have that thing. I'm more of, let's just get it all in there and hopefully it sticks and turns and comes back out. And it's really hard to change that after racing like that for 30 some years. So I need to kind of work on and involve some setups that help me drive a car like that. Because when I'm out there, even in 13.5, and I remind you, the car feels really good, stable, consistent, doesn't do anything weird. I'm like that on the throttle, like just barely cracking it.
Yeah.
And
so I think one of the big difference for me and you is I am really out of the throttle right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm usually driving around.
We probably need to be in the middle.
Possibly. And we might have lost ourselves here. Did we lose ourselves? Can people see us? Oh, here we go. Okay. Very good. I had another thing open. Let's kill that thing. All right. So anyway, I think
you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay.
I think
what kind of shitty Wi-Fi they got over there?
No, I was flipping around doing stuff.
All right.
So I think if you set your links like this, I think it's going to cause the car to scrub more on your entry.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
And so what that means is you're going to miss less corners.
Yeah.
Like it might be tighter. And there's probably parts of the run where it's not as fast, but I think it might allow you to get tighter to the corners and ultimately be slower at certain parts of the circle around the corner. And hopefully that just means you're not blowing the line.
Right. Well, I think some of it is just that I can get the car kind of to the middle and then it just dies. Like it doesn't, it's just slows down too much and doesn't carry that momentum. Now, I remember we were talking when we were at Halloween, at the Halloween races in Cleveland, and we were watching Trandell's car run, and it was just one of those things where it would just kind of roll in the back and just kind of roll the corner. And when my second car, that was the faster car, it would do that every so often. Like, it would just kind of set on that spring and just kind of, and it was really like, it would do that every so often. And I'm like, and that's when it was running some of its better times. And I'm like, I need to get more of that. I don't necessarily know how.
You should have ran that car more.
Well, I didn't want to blow it out. And
you can always build a new one. What I'm trying to say, though, unless the cars were the same, like everything the same, then there's something different. And so that's what you need to kind of understand.
Well, the thing that's really only different is chassis. Black versus gray.
I don't think that matters.
Well, I'm just saying that's what's different. I'm not saying it matters. I'm just saying that's what's different.
So, how about this question? Do you run toe in or toe out?
Toe out.
I run toe in.
Okay.
So what I do
You're
is
not fast.
What I do is, so let's say we're at Snowbirds or at NORA, where I was this past weekend.
Yeah.
And you're going counterclockwise, which isn't what I just did from a hand motion perspective. Let's say you're going counterclockwise. All right. On that one, I move this wheel in 1 degree. And I set the inside wheel on the straightaway straight. And then when you're clockwise, I end up setting this wheel 1 degree. So the outside sweeper in, and I set the inside of the sweeper straight. That's what I do.
I think mine was the opposite of that.
Okay.
Because by the time I trimmed out the car,
mm-hmm.
It would, like, the left front was almost straight and the right front was out.
Okay.
And we were going clockwise.
Yeah. And I had been running clockwise, and then I had to change to counterclockwise.
Yeah.
So that always is kind of a mind fuck.
The layout was actually pretty challenging too, because it had that whole right side or left side, the whole left side that really had some kind of harrowing, make or break areas, obstacles or curbs or whatever. And I did notice that there was the one in the far left corner. It was a right-hander, and then followed by left, and then he took a right onto the straightaway. And I noticed that on that left-hander, that if I lifted a little bit more, I didn't overshoot, and then I could get a better run at the middle corner, and then it would set me up better going down the straightaway. And when I hit that right, it was worth the 10th. I just couldn't do it consistently. It was really hard for me to let off further to set the front end and get it to roll, because I would let off and then I would turn the car and then it hit like the dot or whatever that was there. And it was really hard for me to time it to where I can make that and then do what I needed to do. I could do about once every 5 laps. I mean, it was just difficult. And that seeing that aspect of my driving kind of lends me to believe that, I'm too on the throttle going into the corner, and that's hard to change. And so I need to figure out more of a setup that will allow me to run like that. I think back in the day, that the cars were a little slower and I could kind of get away with it. I think now with the cars being as fast as what they are, I need to figure something else out.
So this is the layout, and I hadn't actually looked at it. Maybe I can do this.
There you go. Very, very fun layout. Really, really, really was. If you go down to the bottom left there, that chicane and then that right-hander that goes up to the track, that was crazy. Because that
looks hard. Yeah.
Huh?
That looks hard. So basically, you can see at the bottom left here, there's a guy. That guy's name is Mikey Mike. He's standing by the driver stand. And so you can see you're probably the flow yellow here in the sweeper, then going through the middle on the left-hand side. And so that chicane that's close to the stand, that looks pretty hard because then you have to turn the car really hard right to go
Yes.
straight up towards the straightaway.
Yep.
And then you have a massive like S. It's not a chicane anymore. That's like an S going on to the straightaway.
Right.
But yeah, that left side chicane thing that's nearest to the driver's stand, that looks pretty hard.
It is. It is. And the thing is, if you can after at the exit of the chicane, the right hander there, if you can hit that without lifting, there's another time.
Okay.
But it was hard.
Yeah, I could see that.
I just would crack it just a little bit to just kind of be on the safe side.
Yeah.
But
Now,
also, if you hit the inside of the chicane, it would shoot you back into the no man's land there.
Yeah, I could see that. How many times did you hit the wall, the outside wall?
I didn't hit that wall.
No?
No. I mean, I hit the pipe a little bit, but not like the wall.
Someone said you hit the wall pretty good. No?
That was, I think, going onto the straightaway. I clipped that 90 there.
Okay. All right. So like where the opening is, the walkway, there's two Montec signs and then an opening.
Yeah.
And
I hit over there. And then the sweeper. I would hit the sweeper and fucking shoot myself into the wall. Just like at Cleveland.
Yeah. No, and I would say the same thing, just like at Genesis. That's where I myself. So yeah.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Sweepers are hard.
So Bob had a thing here. He says this dives in oval style throw in hard plus more mid corner spearing. I actually think he's meaning toe in. And so what I think normally happens when I have the car towed in, I think it turns in less, but then at the center of the corner it turns more. That's my take.
So an oval, you don't run toe in. You run a massive amount of toe out. And you probably run somewhere in the neighborhood of about 130 thousandths worth of toe out.
I'm sorry. Can you speak metric?
I know I can't. It's
okay.
Fucking 130 thousandths. Have your little guy there figure it out that got Nebuchadnezzar. All right. Anyway, so it's about 130 thousandths worth of the toe out, and you run so much left trim that you actually turn right down the straightaway. And so the only thing we do run is a lot of sweep in the angle of the tie rods, and that's just to calm down the car on center.
Okay.
So it doesn't have crazy initial.
So you're saying that you run it like this?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, and it helps that it makes it less twitchy?
Yeah.
Oh,
because we run so much left side trim and so much toe out that, now granted, I haven't really raced oval a lot in the last 10 years, whatever, but that's the way I was always running it. And like, again, there was so much left trim in the car that if you were going down the straightaway and you let go of the wheel, it would actually make the entire radius of the corner to about the middle of the corner, and then it would start kind of going straight. But like it would literally, without touching the wheel, it would just make the car make its own natural arc.
It would go through 1 and 2 by itself.
Well, not the whole corner. It would get in, like, say if you're going into one, it would do the whole arc into one, get to about the middle, and then it would start kind of going straight.
Okay, so you'd have to turn a little left.
You have to turn just a little bit left, but most of the time you're turning right to come back to left, neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually ran more steering throw to the right because you had so much left trim into it that you couldn't get back to make the car turn to the right. It's fucked up. And I wonder why I can't drive on road. There's a lot of bad habits.
Yeah, well, not all of them are that bad, but yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Like, basically, I thought I liked this for my steering links, and then I was faster with this. So I have no clue which one I'm really going to run. So We'll see.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, it was a fun time. Had a lot of.
I literally think at Worlds, I'm going to basically I'm going to run one round like this and one round like that, and just pick whichever one I fail less on, and then I'm going to stick with that.
Will we have an opportunity to put down 2 cars in a practice session?
I remember doing so in 2020 Worlds, and so before seating, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
And then in seating, you have to run, everything checked out, stickered, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You have to make your choices by then.
Right. Well, you can still have a backup car.
Sure, but
You should get it.
The problem is the chassis gets stickered.
Yeah.
And so the view I have is on an A12 at least, I will unbolt the fucking front end and I will unbolt the side wings and I will just put them onto the other fucking car. I could change everything else, but that's what I'm really thinking about doing.
So what do they count as the chassis for an Automatics car?
Good question. There's one of 2 choices. You could either have the inner battery tray or the outside horseshoe. I would think that the outside horseshoe is a spring because that's how it behaves.
Right.
So it should be the inside battery tray.
Correct.
That is the chassis. But
right.
Again,
because it's a reverse T-bar, right? The car.
Yeah, but when you get there, that's when we'll find out.
Well, what'd they do at the Worlds last time?
I don't know. I didn't run the car racing. I ran.
Yeah, you were paying attention, weren't you?
Not that much. I ran 4 minutes on one. I can tell you, I ran an A12 for 4 minutes during practice round. And I ran 4 minutes on a Roche car during the rest of that practice round.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, is what it is. So, all right. Well, the whole thing can be just a giant mind fuck. The reality is 360 is a big track, but it's nowhere as big as the Beachline track.
Yeah, but the Beachline track's not going to run the full track.
Still, it's going to be 120 by 60.
Yeah.
All right. It's ginormous. All right.
Well, what's Donnie's? 100 by 60?
He's 100 by 48.
Okay.
So, it's a whole other row of carpet at least on the other end.
Right.
And they're super long. So I don't know, and I guess, thinking about this weekend, there's 2 big events going on this weekend. Actually, maybe 3 big events. Number 1, I'm going to be challenging my liver.
Okay.
All right. Number 2.
Liver versus the world.
Yeah. You'll be in Florida.
I am in Florida now.
Yeah. And you'll be racing in Florida at the Pre-World.
Yeah.
And then number 3, some folks will be in Cleveland.
Yep.
And by some, I mean maybe everybody. We won't know till people show up. So, I believe everyone will be at Indoor Champs, but
there'll be a lot of people at Indoor Champs.
Maybe there will be some folks at Cleveland. at Beachline. I don't really know. We'll see.
I think if there's 12 guys between Mod and 13.5, I think they'll be doing well.
Well, hopefully there's more than that. But I think there could be 6 Floridians and there could be 6 UKians. So
okay.
They're not Europeans, they're UKians. That's what
Brexit.
Yeah, or there might be 5 UKians and 1 Polak. So
no, he's got to go to EOS.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's flying back for the EOS.
All right. Well, then Orlowski won't be there. Okay.
Right.
Sounds good. So
I don't know if Bruno's sticking around. That's kind of the question I got.
I believe Bruno's going to Indoor Champs.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. Maybe he's going to EOS. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not so affiliated with those companies. I don't know what they're doing.
No, I understand. But yeah, I don't really think there's going to be. Yeah, I think maybe 12 guys. between the two classes, give or take, plus or minus 2, I guess. But
And so, like the USIC, the U.S. Indoor Champs, which is the 43rd year of it, there, I believe, is a record turnout in a few classes.
oh yeah, I
Let
just
me
got
see.
confirmation. No Bruno
Okay, no Bruno in Florida, or no Bruno in America.
in Florida.
Okay, all right, interesting. So let's go look at the U.S. Indoor Champs real fast. All right, and we're gonna cruise past some of this stuff. Now, I remember a long time ago when I was a wee little child,
Oh yeah,
Masters
40.
used to not be 50 plus.
Yeah, 40.
I have a feeling they are making Masters unachievable for us.
Yeah, they don't want us running. They're keeping us out.
I agree. I agree with you. So at the moment, there's a lot of dudes here in Masters. This is more than a page full. That's got to be 20 dudes in Masters, roughly.
I mean, there's a lot of old guys that like to run 12 scale, man.
I guess. All right.
I mean, back in the day, like when Calandra and Ezra were racing it hard, they were actually faster than some of the open cars.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
100%. So then Mod 12th. So we have our current Roar national champion, Kemp Anderson.
Yep.
We have Steve Dunn. He used to be a tire manufacturer. We have Hagberg. We have Hebert.
Engel.
I'm sorry, Jason Engel. Yep, there you go. Who I tried to coach into having him run super stock at Worlds. We'll see what he does.
Magnus Hedlund is he runs he's part of the Tunalizer. Not the Tunalizer, Motorizer.
Yeah, Motorizer. Yep.
Yep.
And then you have Sam, who's the prior year's Roar national champion. You have Donnie, who's a prior Roar national champion. You have Max, who's going to run Mod 12 scale. That's going to be fun to watch. Stuart Mason, he has been in college for this semester. He has not run at all. We'll see what he does.
He'll be all right.
Mark Reinhardt, Douglas from Canada, and Yard Taskilla. That's everyone's favorite racer, Yard Taskilla. So we'll see how that goes.
I wonder if he'll JB weld his tires.
I bet he will. All right, and then in 12 scale stock, we have a Dana Bale sighting. He's a VRC world champion. We have Dominic Blackstock. There is a relation. Vicky Karuba, that is part of the relation. Let's see, Jody Flipsy, Walt Henderson, Scott Jakes, great, Juka.
All the old school guys.
This could be 20 years ago. It's same guys. Kenny Lambert's back at it. Great to see. Sean Rayfield, our current Roar national champion. Zach Schuttenberg, who's super fast recently. Is it 2013? Because Mark Smika's there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Brian Wynn, he's known as Dumper from Stock 12 scale. All right. Then we got Super Stock. We have EA, Dana, Braden. That's interesting. Crotty, Dixon, Angle again. Zachary Fuge, who's a fast kid out of Soda. Magnus again. Gabe, Juka again. Fred Knapp, Lambert. Oh, Leah's running. Okay, Leah's going to win. Next, Leah will lap the field. I'm going to just throw that out there now. Max Meschler, sorry. Todd Mason, that's Stewart's dad. Schuttenberg again. Taskila, Pulfer.
Skip Starkey.
Xavier.
Oh, shit.
And I know Trandel's going, but he's not entered. Now, here's the big class. 25 touring.
This is the big class?
I think it is. All right.
This is the most divisive class in America right now.
Let's figure out how many names are on the screen at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 14 to Eli. So Eli is 14. Then we got whatever to Mark. So that's 28. All right. Help me with the math here. That's 42 to Will Sheffield.
Yeah.
All right. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 dudes in 25-5 touring. So let's now give them a little airtime. All right.
Can we talk about the people who shouldn't be running this class versus
the ones? No, you can if you want. Matt Abbey's running. Andy Brooks is running. Adam Buchholz is running from Ohio.
Oh, wow. He's from Michigan.
In a while.
He's from Michigan.
Oh, it's Michigan? Okay.
Yeah.
Eli.
Yeah.
Manny Flores. Manny Flores should win this class. All right. That's all I'm going to say. Mark Fuge. Alonzo Hess. Keep going. Dave Johnson. He should win this class. Kelso was very close at Halloween race. Jimbo. I hope he makes the main. Vaughn, he is like the godfather of this class. That's why this class exists. Chase Schnell, very fast. Steve Schuttenberg, he built the track. Hopefully he can make something happen. Brian Wynn. Brian Wynn will be very fast in a slow touring car. That's all I got to say. Very fast. Right. F1, not so many people here. This guy, John Brown. Folks may or may not know John Brown. I've known John Brown since the 90s. John Brown's the proprietor. His family had been. So he's like at least second generation of Brownie's Hobbies out of Staten Island, New York. Used to be the guy, him and Chris Marcy used to do New Wave Cells back in the sort of NICAD days.
Gotcha.
John Brown's wife, Coral Brown, she whooped my ass in the 1990, 96, 97, maybe 99 U.S. Indoor Champs in stock 12 scale. Anyway, so he's been around forever. Great to see him coming out. Chuck Mackin, Will Sheffield. Who's going to be the winner of this one? I don't know. I'm picking Chuck Mackin.
All right. I'm going Will.
Will? All right. Sounds good. Front wheel, we got Lars Anderson. Andy Brooks. Andy Brooks was very fast recently. Jesse Castro. I think Jesse Castro has changed chassis. I think he's now from X-Ray to Osmax. We'll see. Victor Kao, another 180 guy. Arvin Nano, he'll be fast. We know that. Chase Schnell, he'll be fast. Mark Tamson, that's like Craig Xavier's doppelganger. I'm going to put money on Mark Tamson. All right.
Brian Wynn.
Yeah, Brian Wynn's there too. All right. GT12 rubber. A lot of people here. Good to see Will Crotty out. Walt again. Scott Jakes. He is GT12 rubber. Jim Pearsall, always fast. My man Al Sedano out of New Jersey. I don't know. There could be a lot of fast guys here. Mark Smyka. Smyka's going to win this class. But honestly, Sedano beats Smyka at NYGP. So I think it could be one of those two. Mod Touring. A lot of fast guys here. Kemp. Frechette out of the sort of Niagara Falls region. Anthony. Joe. Hagberg, he's always a threat. Kevin, always fast. Sam, Wayne, Francis Stewart, Raymond, Tim, Barrett, another guy out of Canada. Mark from Germany. Douglas out of Canada. Phil, Matt, and Mike. I don't know. You think this rundown, I think it'll be a great 4-car race. Mark, Sam, Kevin, Alex. That's what I'm going to think. Oh, and I'm sorry, Kemp. 5-car race. That should be pretty exciting to watch. Stock touring. Now, This is the name I'm the most excited about. Sal Giamato.
So this is 21.5, right?
This is 21 touring. Yep. So for folks who don't know, Sal Amato, he is the backbone of Awesome Max USA these days since 2018. If you get anything out of Awesome Max or US or Side Piece Racing, it's Sal Amato. We got EA. He'll be fast.
Now,
yes.
Sal has taken some time, as somebody put it, practicing his John Wick, shooting guns at targets while rolling around on the ground. So don't piss him off.
Well, I don't think that's really what it's going to come down to, but hey, you never know.
Yeah.
We got EA. He's always fast. It's nice to see Durla. Manny. Love Manny. Mike G. He'll be fast. Dave Johnson will be fast. Oh, look, Brent Klinkfort's back at it. That's great. Martin Leclerc out of Canada. Livermore. Todd Mason's going to run. That's cool. Nestor. Jeff Rowland. Bobby Roberson. Steve Schuttenberg. Will Sheff. There's so many people here. Skeen. Patrick St. Germain. Bill Sider. Ben Teets. Ben Teets, who ran really good at the Halloween race. Win. Xavier. I don't know, man. That there's going to be a lot of butthurt guys who might not make the A main. If there's a class you want to make an A main in, enter 17.5 touring. That's my suggestion.
It's pretty stacked, though.
It's stacked, but I think there's less than 10 dudes. So if you need to make an A main to help yourself, do that. USGT.
I thought we weren't going through all these cars.
I'm not. I don't really care about USGT.
VTA.
Don't care about that either.
GTR
definitely don't care about that. And that's it.
Yeah, we're good. Done. Hey. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Now that you've fallen asleep.
Yeah, that took way too long. Anyway. Oh, look at this. Here's some comments. Masters should be 30 plus. I like that.
Used to be 30 plus.
Oh, used to be. It should be. Maybe that's what it should say.
I mean, I'm good with 40.
Okay, whatever. What car is Scott racing? I don't know what Scott. I'm going to say it's Scott Jakes. He's probably running the thing he 3D printed at his house, as John Barron said. Some sort of 4-link design thing. I don't know anything about that. But I've seen him post about it. I just don't understand what it does or what it doesn't do.
Yeah, it's too complicated for us.
Yeah, I'm not that smart. It's okay. I'm all right with that. So, Mangler, what are you going to run this weekend?
I'm going to run 13.5 12 scale, obviously. Getting ready for that. I do have one of these.
What's that? Is that a USGT body or a 12 scale? Oh, that's a 12 scale GT12 body. Look at that.
Yeah.
So a little foam GT12, which is basically pushy 12 scale stock.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to run it, but I got the body just in case.
You just take your 12 scale stock car, you put it on there.
Yeah, but I might be running my 12 scale stock car on 13.5.
Ooh.
I'm going to try it in that first.
Okay.
So just kind of see how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, you're taking that dice, you're going like this. See what happens. So
remember back at the beginning of the program, I was like, I need to find a setup that works my driving style.
Uh-huh.
Well, that would kind of do it.
Maybe.
Because I try to drive it like a stock car.
It'll be savage as fuck.
That's good.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll try.
I tried running inline again at Apex, and I tried running inline again at Genesis.
Yeah.
And in 13.5, I'm going to say inline is.
Why? But why?
It has too much front end. There's just too much steering in it.
Okay.
So I think you'd have to do something to detune the front end.
Okay.
That's my gut feel. So.
All right.
Here's a question. What's a good GT12 body for a gentleman racer?
Yeah, I don't know. I just went with this one because so the R01 RS01 is very good on Gran Turismo. The last time I played, and dude, it handled like a dream. So I saw this body. I liked the looks of the car, and so that's why I got it. That was it. That's purely what I based it off of. I have no idea what's popular and what's hot.
I think the top 4 bodies right now, there is a super rad body, which is a blatant rip off of the Acura, and it's like about this high.
Okay.
There's the Acura from Montec. There's that the Chevy, the Vet out of Protoform. People seem very happy with. And then that RS01 from Montec also seems real popular right now.
The only thing I don't like about it is it's not that wide.
All the bodies aren't that wide.
I mean, because like my wheels in the front like stick out.
Yeah, just make the wheel wells bigger.
I know that, but it just, I don't know, it kind of annoys me.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I wonder if the super rad body actually.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Are rubber tires narrower?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
They have a bunch of funny offsets. I really couldn't tell you.
I know that the tires that they run in the UK in their GT12 class, they are
totally different.
Yeah. They're not the same at all. So I think that's kind of what these bodies were molded after, was those tires. And then, us dumb Americans got to run their own shit. And so anyway, and then there's Florida Americans, which even run their own shit, so because they can't run rubber tires.
Bob is saying they all stick out.
Okay.
All right. And yes, this body, which is the part number MB018001, it's a McLaren style body.
Okay.
It's really good too.
So I got the wrong body.
No. The RS01, it's the new body. Should be good. Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
All right.
So.
Yeah. I like, again, the RS01 and Gran Turismo was pretty dialed, so that's kind of why I went with it. It needs a refill.
Yeah.
The other room.
I don't think yeah.
Gotta get that Magnum out, kid.
Yeah. I bet that's tapped by now.
Already? Well, they got to open another one. I'm sure they got more than one laying around.
Yeah, I think they will.
Just go down to the cellar.
Something like that.
So are you at your sister-in-law's place or your mother-in-law's place?
Sister-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
All right.
And I'm going to say there's at least 12 people here right now. Maybe more. So I've spent 53 minutes with you guys, and I'm being called back.
I don't know. She just called you yo sexy.
Yeah. That's her calling me back.
Oh, yeah? You're done playing with your friend Monty?
Yeah. I'm playing toy cars now.
Okay. Well, we can let it go.
My drink is empty, so I got to fix that.
All right. Well.
But anyway, big show tonight. We had like mid-20s, high 20s people here. That's pretty good.
They love us. They're looking for the awesome deals from Amazon. Yeah. Check out at the header too. They're all saved. All the deals we've had in the past. Pick you up something nice with some Black Friday.
Where are those deals?
At Facebook on Track Rats. RC Track Rats.
Well, first though, like let's prompt the people. We need folks to like and subscribe. Oh, wine is coming in. Yes.
There we go.
There we go. It works. Fantastic.
Anything else I can get you?
No, thank you very much.
Oh.
Yeah. So, hey, we're only up a few people this week. We need to get this number going.
311.
Yeah.
Great band.
A fantastic band from the 90s. If your name is Brad Johnson, no relation to the RC car racer.
Yeah.
All right. And then you were saying that we have RC Track Rats on the Facebooks, and there's all these things pinned at the top. That's what you're talking about here.
Yes.
Including the new thing, the blower.
Yeah.
So,
Have you ever wanted your own personal blower?
do you want to get blown by Mangler and FJ? Clearly, buy this.
Yeah.
And
150,000 RPM, kid.
yeah, that's a lot of RPMs. And so the last thing I'll leave everybody with, this is a picture from like 2 weeks ago. This is a car being impaled into a board. This is
Not
the
a car,
board.
your car. Let's get it
Yeah,
straight.
my car. Yeah, everyone knows it's my car. It's yellow. All right. And so what you may or may not know is that this rear wheel here, the right rear, is nowhere near the track surface anymore. And the left front is
you're inverted.
It's obliterated into that board. Like the shit is fucking bent in half.
Yeah, we know. If you go down like a picture, you can see the wood in it, I think.
Yeah. You have to I don't know where that is. It's gone. But
okay.
You have to pull. The guy had to fucking pull the car out of the goddamn track.
That's nice. You did well.
And then I was like, put it down. And I tried to drive it for 3 feet and I just smashed into the board again harder.
I don't know what part of you thought that as a car was sitting like that, it was still going to run, but I appreciate that part of you.
Yeah.
And that
put it down.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do work still.
Yeah. I'm already 9 laps down because it's been rammed into this board.
You're going to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a chance. Yeah. You sound like every off-road racer. I had a chance. I could have came back.
Yeah. Similar. Very similar.
So let's get your thoughts real quick on the F1 race this weekend.
So first thought, if I had actually paid money, I would want to kill somebody for 2 reasons. Number one,
okay,
that first day was a fucking disaster.
Yep.
All right.
There's no doubt about it.
Number 2, I could not stay up late enough to watch these fucking things.
No, it was horrible.
And so I treated this thing like basically a Malaysia or a Japan or whatever race.
I mean, they're on Australia time.
Morning. Fuck cares.
So I actually on Saturday, I kind of stayed up a little bit because like by the time I got back to the hotel room and everything, it was getting ready to kick off. So I'm like, all right, I have ESPN here. I can just have it on the TV. And so I was laying in bed, all right, taking a shower and everything and getting ready, basically going to bed, but just going to try to watch the race. And I got to driver when they were doing the driver's lineup.
Yeah.
Right. And then they did the warm-up lap and they're getting ready to grid. And I fell asleep like right then. And then I woke up and they're like, Max Verstappen wins. I'm like, oh shit. So I literally missed the entire race except for the very beginning and the very end. And like I never got to see the whole wreck in the turn 1 and everything like that. So it was just like, I mean, I've watched all the race since then. But it was you can't as an American who's trying to watch F1 right now at that race, it's horrible. It's not. I don't like the schedule. I mean, I get why the schedule has to be like that.
But I don't even think the Europeans like it. It's the most useless time in the fucking world.
Yeah, but then they it's like the early morning for them.
Yeah, no, but it still sucks. Why alienate the actual country you're in? The clowns at the FIA and at Liberty Media should realize that, hey,
this is an FAI thing. This is a Liberty Media thing, an F1 thing.
Whatever. I think they're all part of the same kind of situation.
Yeah, but I think the FAI is still a little separated from Liberty Media and the F1.
Here's my real thought. Oh wow, look at this, savage. All right.
Wow.
They should just run. Impressive. They should run FP1 at like 7, and then run FP2 at like 9, and call it a day. So.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Someone has an opinion. Is she is she a Ricardo fan?
I don't. No. She's not stupid.
Orlando Norris fan?
As I have watched more football in my entire life. She's watched more F1 in her entire life.
That's good.
And at least her analysis is that Max is too dominant. He makes it boring. Conversely, I'm like, yeah, the Patriots just suck.
Now they really suck.
Yeah, they really
They're
suck.
fucking horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
They're gonna go back to the Patriots we all knew and loved growing up as children.
What? And they failed all the time
They
and
were
don't think they're
horrible.
good?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, there's a whole generation of Patriots fans that doesn't understand the suck that comes with, a normal football fandom. Like they don't understand the suck it is to be a Jets fan or a Raiders fan or
A Browns fan?
Or a Browns fan. Hello. Or a Bears fan.
Yeah.
And
not everyone can be a Patriots and a Steeler fan. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, the Patriots, like, they are just horrible right now. I mean, just god awful horrible. But the thing about the Steelers, if you look at the Steelers, they might not have a good team, and they just fired the offensive coordinator, fired Matt Canada, who they needed to fire because he was trash. But Mike Tomlin does miracles. There is no way that team should be like 6-5 or 6-4 or whatever it is. There is no way on earth. But Tomlin just gets it done. Never had a losing season as a head coach in the NFL. Like, the dude he performs miracles every year. And in the Steelers, yeah, I mean, you might not be a Super Bowl contender, but at least you're gonna have a winning year and be competitive. But anyway,
you hope so.
That was NFL talk.
Okay, what's the most underrated NFL team right now?
Underrated?
Under.
I mean, I guess the hottest NFL team right now is the Broncos.
Yeah,
they've won like 5 straight. So,
and what's the most overrated NFL team right now?
Overrated?
Mm-hmm.
I think the 49ers, I think their bubble burst a little bit. I think obviously Cincinnati.
It's not everyone who's a Taylor Swift fan, no?
No, I mean, I really think at this point in time, it's probably going to be a repeat. The Super Bowl will be a repeat of last year.
Wow.
I think, and then, oh my God, the media is going to love this shit with the fucking Kelsey brothers and T Swift there. I mean,
they should just make that happen for that reason.
Oh, you probably will because it's fixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it will. And every woman I should say woman. That's sexist. My bad. Every person who's a big T Swift fan will just be like, "Oh, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl." What's and then it's just yeah.
Who am I talking to?
No, seriously. I've been to a couple parties, and like I was sitting there, and there'll be somebody like, "Oh, I'm an F1 fan," and I'm like, they're like, "Yeah, I love F1." I go, "Are you a Drive to Survive fan? Or are you an F1 fan?" I'm like, "Oh, I love Drive to Survive." And I'm like, "You're not an F1 fan. Like, just because you watch Drive to Survive does not make you an F1 fan." And like, you know nothing. You just know what you watch from Drive to Survive. But anyway, fair enough. Let them have their. I mean, look, it brings an audience into the sport. It gets more exposure. I get it. I appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing. But it's just like all these fans of Taylor Swift. They're going to come to football. They're not really fans. They're just Taylor Swift fans. You know what I mean? And it does dilute the product a little bit. But again, look, it's viewership, it's people, it's money. They're selling Kelsey jerseys left and right. So whatever. I guess it's a win-win for everyone. But it's just, and look, I'm not like I'm not necessarily negative on it. I'm just kind of telling it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
What? Gatekeeping. I'm gatekeeping.
Is that like man spreading?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gatekeeping. I'm being a snob.
All right. Sounds great. Congratulations.
Oh. It's like the scene in High Fidelity where they're at, they're not. Jack Black won't sell the guy the record because he doesn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watched that movie? Probably not. No, you don't.
I've seen High Fidelity. Yes, I have. All right. The reality is This is a different Mangler I'm talking to. All right. This is an enlightened Mangler. And I like what I'm hearing.
I'm always been enlightened. I'm a motherfucker. I'm a 40-watt light bulb enlightened. Like,
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap. 40-watt light bulb. That's about it. Dim. Most people have 100-watt light bulbs. You got the 40 watts.
I don't know why I got the 40. I couldn't figure it out.
Don't tell me it's LED, bitch, because those are only 9, maybe 12. All right.
I got 10,000 lumens here.
That's-
10,000 lumens. I got 10,000 lumens and 150,000 RPM.
All right. On that note,